doesn't look like kids are going to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6. So the ESRB, the company behind putting a rating on each video game, now plans to use facial recognition for age verification. So essentially what this system would do is it would require parents to upload a selfie to determine if they are of age, allowing them to unlock the game. And apparently this facial recognition software is used to estimate facial age rather than pinpoint exact details. I remember way back in the day having to drag my mom or dad to GameStop with me, hoping that they would just buy me the latest Grand Theft Auto and that the sales clerk wouldn't convince them that this is a bad idea. So since we know GTA 6 is going to be rated M, mature 17 plus, I know there's a handful of people that aren't 17 years old that are going to be wanting to play this game. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, are there going to be fewer kids playing the game? What do you think of this? Let me know in those comments down below.
So Hezbollah, never going to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6. So Gary Coleman, rest in peace, never going to be able to play. Andy Milonakis, never going to be able to play these video games. Because they look young, because they have that disease Webster thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
I don't know, buddy. When you start shaving, I don't know how old you think you look.
Bro, that's what I was going to say. Every time I shave, someone's like, man, you look 20 years younger.
Yeah.
So what if I took my...
Let me play the game!
What if I took my... Thank
Just wanna play the game!
goodness I don't play video games. But if I did...
Shorty thick. You play that game.
Look, if I had... Like, if I took my picture with a beard and then shaved my face... I don't think I'm surprised my phone works. You know?
Yeah. Candice, you got kids. What do you think about that? Good thing, bad thing?
The video game thing is tough because now
Grand
you
Theft Auto
can't.
was sick, by the way.
Oh, it's amazing.
new
I used to
one?
play that. I haven't played video games in years, but I used to play Grand Theft Auto, and that was sick.
So this is my crack. I don't own a video game console. I don't game. I don't even have apps on my phone anymore because I almost got kicked out of college for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like I would
Why,
like
you just didn't go to class?
I would go in a trance and wake up and be like, have I been playing this game for 30 hours?
Because you'd really put in 30 hours straight?
Bro, I would put in hours and hours and hours and hours. And that was then. You know, like I'm the only person I know that played a full 10-year career in Madden. Like I played the career. I made my character and played it until he retired. Like
That's hilarious.
I've spent so many hours of my life.
My ex used to go to those Madden tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get emotional when your guy had to retire?
Dude, I would
Would you be like, it was a great career?
honestly, I'm like, I wish I would have kept doing it because now with Twitch, I might be,
Making.
I know.
Yeah.
I got out right before that.
I made entire
too.
backstories for the players I would draft. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, this guy came from a broken home and he's a hard worker.
You guys should do fantasy on Twitch. I think that's a great idea.
Fantasy?
Yeah, fantasy football on Twitch.
Yeah.
Seriously. You guys need to do a
How
channel.
so?
You could do live picks.
I literally just told you this is my addiction, and you're like, you know what you should do? Monetize
I'm
your
helping
addiction.
trying
Well, you're
to
talking
monetize it.
You're talking about fantasy football or video games? 'Cause you're talking about video games,
I'm
right?
talking about video games.
No,
yeah.
I know, but I went to fantasy football. I think that would be really cool to do on Twitch.
I agree.
Because you guys do the pick'ems. It's
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? Do something like that.
I'm into it.
I think you
I'm
guys
down.
would do good.
Yeah, I
Whatever
feel
Candice
like
says, I'm into. it.
yeah.
I'm down.
I'm like, whatever. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's play video games all the time. Let's do it. That's all we should
You've
do.
just been waiting
We should
for
do
that your whole
nothing
life.
else but just do that. Yeah. I hate that with like facial recognition of your child.
I
so
don't
they
like
can
that
play.
idea.
Oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
You talk about invasive.
It goes back to our first clip we shared.
Yeah,
Like, that
my
is just
God.
weird. You should be able to play a video game without someone knowing you're playing that video game. That's so weird.
Yeah. Also, who the hell are you to tell me? At 17 years old, the variance between who's mature and who's not is insane. Well, 12-year-olds shouldn't be playing this game. What game should they be playing? What should they be playing?
Right.
true.
Go on YouTube or Instagram.
I wonder if you could disable that function or if that's like built in, like that's hardwired into the game that's there.
It's gonna hurt their sales, I think.
It's not going to be the game. I think it's going to be the gaming console because that's the MSRP, right? Or whatever they call it. It's like, and if that's coming, that's going to be like, you got to take that technology and take it next level. Like, hey, Netflix right now kicks you off because I don't recognize this zip code you signed into.
Right.
What happens when your TV just scans you and be like, you don't have this Netflix account? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing in
yeah.
here, man?
Yeah, for real.
Get out! Get out of my house!
If parents want to allow their kids to watch R-rated movies, that's up to them. That's not up to whoever's controlling this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, if I want to share my Netflix password, that's up to me.
Right.
Don't tell me if I bought a DVD and you wanted to borrow it and I gave you.
No, only you could watch that, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of
Go
here.
buy more DVDs.
Yeah. So factor it into the pricing,
That's
Netflix.
crazy.
The control freaks are taking over, and it's not good.
It's greed.
It's not good. It's insecurity too, and it's a lot of this, believe it or not, has to do with kind of like bureaucratic bleed, where somebody somewhere got sued for something, and instead of people taking it as like an outlier, an insane case, they get the whole boardroom together and say, all right, we have to insulate ourselves from all liability. How do we do that? By chaining people down to the chair so they can't sue us.
Well,
Okay.
honestly, it's not as infrequent as you would imagine. So, like, we have restaurants, right? The amount of lawsuits that we have had that are frivolous are insane. Like, one lady, she was older. She fell out of her own booth. Like, she just fell out of her booth. And that was somehow we were responsible. A real crazy one was someone wasn't even at our restaurant. They were somewhere else.
Yeah.
Got into a car accident in front of ours and then said that we overserved them. And it was like this whole thing. People sued, like some lady stubbed her toe on something and lost the toe.
Yeah.
And then that's a lawsuit. It's like people sue for everything.
No, I saw one where a kid came into a place. I guess he was already drunk. He ordered one drink, took the drink, got out, and then got into a car accident. And they served the place for over-serving him when it was in one drink. And the truth of the matter is, to speak very plainly about it, these frivolous lawsuits are really just insurance fraud. They know the number that you're insured up to, and then they offer a settlement for less than the insurance buyout.
Yep.
So if we know that you're insured up to $100,000, they present a case that they know is going to cost you $150,000 just to defend yourself, and then they offer you a $90,000 settlement, and the math is just fine. Here's 90 grand, go away. That kind
it's
of
extortion too. Like
that tort reform that's massively important.
Yeah, that shouldn't be legal.
But 94% at last check of all elected officials in the United States, federal, state, and local, do you know what they do for a living?
Nothing.
Do you know what they do for a living? What their job was before they were elected?
Oh, before they were elected?
They were lawyers.
94%
of all elected officials are attorneys by trade. They will never get rid of the money train for attorneys. So, yeah, I think that's actually what I think is one of the biggest problems with America, frankly, because attorneys are trained winners. They're not trained to do the right thing. They're trained to win no matter what.
And lie and bend the truth and use the
Manipulate.
book to,
Yeah, and if the rules don't work, change the rules. It's not the type of people that should be
I've had a
governing
couple
your
times,
society.
and I have some lawyers that I really like and that I'm friends with. I've also had lawyers in conversation. This is something I've noticed only in lawyers, is they almost filibuster a conversation where you'll be talking and like you'll clearly, like, there's a give and a take of a conversation. It's a conversation. It's not a fucking speech. And they'll start like kind of like, I'll be like, yeah, but what about him? Like, and there's gonna be this and that and that and that. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just do? Like, are we having a conversation here? No,
Sir, this
no,
is a
no,
Wendy's.
but listen, it's because if you do one of the, like, you know what I mean, just talk over you, raise their voice a little bit.
Yep.
It's like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I've noticed it in 3 lawyers that I know.
It's also with contracts. They wear you down, right? Like there'll be so much repetitive language.
Well, I think the thing is that actually it's you know what I mean? Like, you can't get your fucking words out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that for the rest of this episode. And
All right. Well,
I'm
this
sorry.
has been Canceled Weekly. We'll see you guys. But like, if you ever read a contract, we've all read contracts, and you're like, Jesus, well, just get to the point.
all the verbiage.
And the point is the actual point of it is that you give up on reading it, and then at the very bottom of page 5, there's a, oh, by the way, we own all the rights to your image and blah blah blah. And then anyway, as pursuant to section 2 clause, and you're just like flip sign, and then you look up and you're TLC, and you're like, what do you mean we didn't make any money? We sold 4 million copies of this album. Well, if you look at section 14, article B, it says that you work for free forever. So what the fuck? There's 39 sections and 55 articles. Yeah, well, you should have read the contract. You know, or like you see it with the terms of services on the iOS, you know? Yeah,
dickheadedness.
But how does it change? That's the thing.
You opt out.
You opt out, so you do a sovereign citizen with no technology and
I mean, maybe
live in the woods.
Maybe.
Learn to farm.
Get your Starlink, have your cold storage and some chickens.
Throw some of these people into a big fire. I don't know. I'm just.
Now we're starting to play a game. Let's play a game called We Don't Pay the Debt. You guys come down to our level, and then we shoot the fair one.
Human bonfire.
We do a little thing called a citizen debt strike, and if you don't like it, then we do a little thing called armed revolution. I don't know. Whatever. We'll adjudicate that.